Whiplash is a very common type of injury that we see in car accident cases. I've had many whiplash cases over the years. The definition of a whiplash can mean different things depending on what physicians that you're talking to. But we had a case where a client who is a special education teacher, wonderful lady, was rear-ended in a car accident, and her head whipped backwards and then forward. That was the whiplash element of the case. But over the coming days and weeks after the accident, she started to have a lot of migraines, head pain. She had issues with her balance, headaches, not really feeling like herself. We made the claim with the insurance company, and it was an insurance company that didn't quite understand her injury. So we sent our client to a doctor, to a neurologist, to actually examine her and come up with a diagnosis and treatment recommendations. And in that case, we actually went all the way to a jury trial. The neurologist came and testified in the case and talked about the mechanism of injury and how the whiplash caused a serious concussion for our client. She actually brought a brain model and a skull model and showed the jury the types of forces that were exerted on our client's brain, and showed in a concussion what happens with the brain tissue and how it actually can shear and cause all kinds of problems with the brain tissue. She gave testimony in that case. We were able to, through her testimony and through our arguments and various other witnesses, bring the case to a jury verdict in that case. And the jury actually rendered a verdict for 190,000 for what our client had been through in the years after the accident. And it actually turned out to be more than the policy limits for the other driver. So it was a really big victory for our client. But that's an example of a case where we were able to show that what the insurance company said was a minor whiplash case turned out to be a serious brain injury case.